Well, today's lesson is going to be devoted to the IELTS reading, and one of the most difficult tasks. This is about headings, guys. Do you find it difficult to match headings in your readings? Partly, right? Okay, so now I will give you some strategies regarding IELTS matching headings in reading, and it will be much easier for you to cope with this task later on. Okay, so here this session transits your approach from word hunting to deep structural analysis. So this is not about word hunting only. What does mean word hunting? Yes, looking for specific words, right? No, but for structural analysis. The matching headings itself is designed to evaluate your ability to identify the main idea and the specific functions which are hide in the paragraph itself. So when you are matching headings, the main thing is not about the words but about the meaning. Okay, so today we will practice this stuff. Here it is. The task format: understanding the infrastructure of the question. Structure and distractors. What does it mean? Distractors? The stuff that distracts, that takes our focus away from something, right? Okay, you are presented with a list of numbered headings and the text divided into some paragraphs. You already know it, right? There are always more headings than paragraphs. And this is going to be some distractor for you. These extra options are distractors designed to test your precision. So you will have 2 extra headings. Okay? The summary rule. A heading is a summary of the paragraph's central idea. It does not reflect a minor detail or a single sentence. It encapsulates the entire purpose and structure of the section provided, of the paragraph provided. Okay? And one-to-one mapping. Each heading can only be used once. You are not allowed to use one heading more than once, for example, to 2 answers. No. If you are stuck between 2 headings, it usually means you have identified a detail in one and main idea in the second. So you are, you will be hesitating which one to choose. But in one paragraph, this is going to be one detail only, which you don't have to pay attention. And in second paragraph, for example, it may be the main idea, which is needed for you. Okay, so in accuracy here is paramount. So today we will learn how to acquire the accuracy and how to apply it in the reading matching headings. So here, what a heading means. A heading means distinguishing the macro from the micro. What does it mean micro? Something that is very small. And what does it mean macro? Something very big. So you have to distinguish the main idea from the detail. Understandable? A heading functions as a compressed meaning. It reflects both the topic and the author's purpose. For example, in the boredom text, in paragraph B, for example, discuss 5 distinct types of boredom. Imagine there is a text that describes 5 distinct types of boredom, and the common detail or error would be focusing on reactant boredom. However, the correct heading is going to be creating a system of classification. What does it mean classification? Dividing into what? Into groups, right? Into groups. So if you have here 5 types of boredom, the answer will probably be what? Classification, right? Not about one distinct type that is, for example, one of those 5. А именно классификация. Почему? Because this is general, because this is the main idea, not about one detail only. Is it understandable here? Okay. Creating system classification reflects the structure of the whole paragraph here. A heading acts as a container for all the information within, rather than a label for a single interesting topic. No, this is not about single, this is a container or everything that is here. Learn to zoom out from the sentence level to see the big picture. This is like, this is like in writing task 1. You know what is writing task 1? And the heading is like an overview of writing task 1. This is when you see the big picture, when you look at the picture from very far away. Understandable? This is not about the details, but this is about the overview general. Okay? They are very similar. So here, why students fail? This is about an analysis of cognitive traps. What does mean cognitive traps? Какие ловушки? Cognitive. What does mean cognitive?
It's like intellectual when you think.
Yeah, this is something that related to our intellect, right? Okay. A keyword trap. Yes, when you're looking for some keywords, this is going to be a trap for you, because matching a word in a heading to the same word in the paragraph is a fatal error. Why? Because you're going to have paraphrase, or you will have to extract the meaning from the passage, not about the word themselves. IELTS uses these words to lure students into choosing distractors that focus on minor details. Again, heading is not about details. This is about the general meaning itself. Okay. Next one is about the first sentence fallacy. This is very widespread myths among students and among some teachers as well, who tend to think that you have to choose the heading according to the first sentence. No, it's not. Okay, while topic sentences are useful, the main idea often shifts or clarified later in the paragraph, so you have to read the whole paragraph, guys. Relying solely on the first sentence leads to choosing headings that are too general. That's why, yeah, in some cases they may be useful, but when you are hesitating or when it's difficult for you to choose the next ones, please make sure that every single word and every single sentence in the paragraph fits the heading that you have chosen. Okay. Translation versus meaning, because it's not about the translation itself, it's about the meaning. Again, it's not about the exact words, it's about the meaning overall. Students often spend too much time translating every single word, and this is a mistake. This causes cognitive overload and prevents them from seeing the logical coherence and flow of the argument. That is why you have to learn to think in English, not about translating every single word. So, for example, чтобы как puzzle собирать meaning, да? No. You have to understand the meaning in English itself, okay? So our next slide is going to be step-by-step strategy, a roadmap to precision. So firstly, you have to read the headings to understand the range of topics. You are given a list of headings, and first thing that you need to do is to read them. Why? Because you have to understand, because you have to know what range of option, what range of topics you have, okay? Next one is about identifying keywords within those headings to predict paragraph content. This is not about finding the same word in the passage. No, it is about the content. Okay, so if you underline some keywords, you will understand what is the paragraph is going to be about. Okay, our third step is going crucially find the central idea before looking back at the list. So you have to read the paragraph itself, and this is not about the keywords. As I said, you have to find the central idea before looking back at the list. So you have already read the paragraph, and you have to understand what's the idea, and then you understand you have chosen some topic, and then you go back to list, and then you look for the topic that you have chosen. Understandable? Не так, чтобы искать сразу с листа. Нет, сначала вы поймите, а потом то, что вы поняли, уже искать с листа. Understandable? So this is the point. And finally, match the meaning by recognizing some synonyms. You will have some synonyms that transmit the meaning, and you have to match them with the paragraph. Always remember meaning and the words. If a heading contains a word from the text but misses the point, it's a distractor. Okay? For example, if there's some word that you have in the headings, in the list of headings, and in the paragraph itself, but you cannot find the shared idea here, the purpose itself, this is going to be distractor. Вот это слово, которое вы нашли там и тут, это называется distractor, потому что meaning там другой. Understandable? Okay. Next one is about finding the main idea. Linguistic signals and markers. How to find the main idea in the paragraph? Firstly, this is about contrast markers. Pay close attention to words like however, although, and despite. These guys often signal a shift from a general statement to the author's actual main idea or argument. Okay, so if there are some words like however, although, despite, please pay attention. There may be hidden a meaning. Understandable? You have to read that, make a deep analysis of the part, and then you will probably find the answer. Result and conclusion. Markers such as therefore. What does it mean therefore? No. Поэтому, да, that's why, right? Therefore, that's why, consequently, or as a result, point towards the paragraph ultimate purpose. То есть это все, это уже результат, правильно? Это его конечный purpose, right? The so what factor that defines the correct heading. То есть, ну что? Вот это и есть ваша heading, то есть это идея, то есть это главная идея, main idea. And lexical chains. Look for repeated ideas or synonyms throughout the paragraph. In the paragraph, guys, you may have, some repeated stuff, not about the word themselves, but the topic vocabulary. For example, if the paragraph is going to be about celebrity or about, yes, let's go about celebrity. In the paragraph, you may meet celebrity, media, press, yes, something like this, understandable? So this is like topic vocabulary, okay? In this sense. If creativity and innovation appear multiple times, for example, innovation and creativity, are they synonyms? Yes. Multiple times, the heading must reflect this theme of productive outcomes. So next one is about paragraph functions, the DNA of academic reading. So narrative and descriptions, often found in introductory paragraphs. For example, paragraph A. Again, we are moving to the boredom text. This is Cambridge 13, guys, okay? The heading will focus on defining or background rather than specific solutions. Problem and solution, if the text outlines the failure, what does it mean failure? Провал, правильно? Like the attention system in paragraph E, the heading will likely mention, for example, causes or potential dangers, right? Potential dangers means failure, in this sense, reflecting its logical structure. And example versus principle. Recognize when a paragraph is merely illustrating a point made previously. Правильно? Потому что, допустим, в предыдущем параграфе you may have some example, and then they will, give the details of that example that is in the previous paragraph. Understand? So you have to identify. Should reflect the principle being illustrated, not the specific example. For example, some phone books or something like this, okay? In this sense. And the next one is going to be common traps. How the test misleads the unprepared. The most dangerous distraction is the too specific heading. What does it mean too specific? How can it be? Can you please tell me? No, не то чтобы слишком очевидно, а то чтобы in the paragraph у вас там будет огромное количество всего, и вот этот heading, он будет про что-то именно одно, не то чтобы прям про все, да? Again, this is about the detail. Too specific. This heading accurately describes a fact mentioned in the paragraph, but is not the main idea again. For instance, heading about teenagers and boredom, again this is about boredom, is a trap in the paragraph, actually discuss all age groups and only mentions teens as an example. Conversely, too general heading covers the entire passage topic rather than the specific paragraph's focus. Avoid the keyword trap. What does it mean keyword trap again? What was keyword trap? Yes, when you look for the keywords only, right? No, forgetting about the main idea itself. By looking for paraphrasing, if the heading uses the exact words from the text, be extremely suspicious. What does it mean suspicious? Да. То есть это значит жестко подозрительно, да? Okay. So now, this is about advanced technique, efficiency and elimination, paraphrasing, recognition. Success depends on mapping context. Paragraph C discusses the creative ideas, for example, right? This is about creative ideas, and the heading says productive outcomes. Is the idea the same? The idea is the same right here, in this sense. This is paraphrasing. Train your brain to see the conceptual link. This is link between the ideas. Conceptual link means link between ideas. The elimination strategy. If two headings seem similar, compare them side by side. One usually contains a qualifier, for example, always, rarely, just, only, or something like this, right? That makes it incorrect. То есть каждое слово side by side you have to analyze. In this sense, you will find some clues. What does it mean, clue? Ай, молодец, ключ к разгадке, правильно? Okay, good. So, cross out used headings immediately. Yes, this is a method of elimination. If you cross out the used headings, it will be easier for you to not to lose your concentration and not to confuse, okay? And the last one is going to be about logical prediction. Look at the headings and predict the logical order. As an introductory heading won't match paragraph F, right? Because paragraph F is something like conclusion, right here. Structure of the article to guide your choices, And here is the success formula for you. This is our final checklist for the examination. To achieve a high score, follow the ultimate formula. Firstly, you have to skim for the tone, identify the central idea, the main idea, match the meaning through paraphrasing. Again, not about looking at the keywords. No, you have to look for some paraphrases. Before you finalize an answer, ask yourself, does this heading cover the whole paragraph or just one sentence? Okay, if it is about one sentence only, this is going to be incorrect. You have to find the heading that answers all the paragraph, the whole paragraph, okay? Your final checklist is here. Have I ignored the keyword trap? Did I identify the paragraph's function? Is my choice the most comprehensive option? What does it mean comprehensive? It covers the whole paragraph, right? All the topics. This calls comprehensive. Remember, a high score is a result of understanding the logical structure. Again, guys, this is everything about the logical structure, not about the keywords here. And coherence of the text. Note your ability to translate every single word. Okay, that's why do not translate the words in your IELTS reading, but try to think in English. In this sense, it will be easier for you. And moreover, you have your time limitation. If you lose your time by translating every single word, this is going to be very bad. Yes, you will lose your time. It will reflect on your time management regarding reading. Okay, in this sense. Guys, do you have any questions from this unit, from this topic? Was everything understandable? Was it useful for you? Did you get some new information here? Okay, then thank you very much. This is the end of our presentation for today. Thank you.